guys, welcome back to another Friday Finish Lines. Thank you so much for joining me here on my YouTube channel. What I do here is I take motivational quotes on different topics and I use them to motivate you guys through your everyday adventures and to help you guys become better people. And hopefully my words or the things that I have to say and my experiences along this journey of my life helps your life in some way. And that's what I'm about. I'm about doing more, wanting more, and giving more. And so I'm here doing this, and I just appreciate my recurring watchers. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're new, thank you for joining me here today on this beautiful Friday. And with that being said, the topic of discussion I have today is suffering. I know that may be a little touchy for some people, especially in the last year or just in general. You may have suffered a lot in your life thus far. But what I'm going to be talking about today is how suffering is necessary and how life is full of suffering, and it makes us better people, and not only better people for ourselves, but better people for those around us. And with that being said, I have two amazing quotes for you guys today, so let's get started. So the first part of this video I have for you guys is, what is the meaning of suffering? Why do people suffer? Why do you suffer? Suffering is different for me, suffering is different for you, and suffering is different for everyone around the world. The quote I have for you guys today comes from Friedrich Nietzsche, and he says, "To live is to suffer, to survive is to find the meaning in the suffering." And what I'm going to get into today is understanding. You have to understand the pain, the suffering. Why am I going through this? Why am I experiencing this? And the more that you ask those questions, the more that you are willing to understand, instead of putting it down deeper and deeper into your soul and into your mind, if you understand, if you open up the possibility of, okay, what is going on? Why did this terrible thing happen to me? Why did this terrible thing happen to my family? What can I learn from this, and where do we go from here as individuals or as a group? And these are the tough questions we have to ask ourselves. Instead of complaining and thinking, woe is me, we have to strive for wanting more. We have to think to ourselves, okay, how can I make this better? And how can I come out from this suffering as a better person so I can be better for myself and for the people around me? Now, some of you may be watching and asking, thinking to yourselves, what do you know about suffering? What do you know about anything? I mean, you don't really know me. And for those that do know me in my life, you know what I've been through, and you know what I've gone through. I've gone through my own suffering, and you have gone through your own suffering. I don't know, I've never walked a mile in your shoes, and you never walked a mile in mine. You've never walked a mile in the shoes of some kid in Africa or some kid in some third world country. So to say that suffering is different for everybody is a true statement, because we all grow up differently, we all raised differently, and we all experience life in our own ways. And life is suffering. We are going to suffer, and we are going to feel the hardships that this life is going to put on us, but we come out better on the other side. We come out better wanting more, and we come out better thinking to ourselves, wow, that didn't stop me, then what can stop me? Because that is the question, or that is what you should be telling yourself, is that if I can make it through this, if I can get through this, imagine the people that you can help, that I can help. Imagine the story that you can tell your children of the triumphancy that you experienced through such a terrible time in your life, and the stories and the lessons that can be learned, and the people that we can become if we take our suffering as a sort of strength and use it in our benefit to get rid of our weaknesses. Because the suffering you're experiencing is a lesson. It's something that is there to teach you and to put some humility in your life and to show you that it's okay. Take a step back. You're getting a little ahead of yourself. Be present and learn from this situation, because later on down the line, you're going to go through some more stuff. You're going to experience so many other things, and it's up to you to get past it, complain about it, think, woe is me. But we don't want to be like that. We're going to be stronger, and we're going to be better. And one thing I always tell myself, I'm a huge believer in, is God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors, because he knows you can get through it. He knows that this is something that you have to go through so that you can help somebody, so you can become the person that you're meant to become. And faced with some really terrible things that could happen in your life, it's really hard to see past that. But once you get over that hump, once you get to the other side, it's a beautiful thing. You will become a beautiful person. And don't let that fear of what if deflect you from the possibilities of what can be. Okay guys, so for this next part, I'm gonna kind of give an example of how suffering has made an amazing impact on the world. And I'm gonna use recent events. I'm gonna speak on this thing that happened the last year, especially with COVID. Experienced a huge suffering that has impacted families, cities, countries, and it is something that we couldn't stop. It's something that was kind of inevitable. And we have all experienced some sort of suffering in the last year, some sort of depression, some sort of sadness that has changed us. It has made us better, more loving, more appreciative of every day, and the gift that we have just to be waking up, because some people didn't get to wake up. Some people didn't get to go home to their families. Some people still are away from their families. And we have to be thankful that we can be able to do the things that we are able to do, be able to get vaccinated, be able to see our loved ones again, because it was tough. The last year has been so tough for everybody. And I can only imagine what you are experiencing. I mean, I know what I've experienced, and it's just been crazy. It's been a huge kind of up and down roller coaster where you're good, you're not good, put the mask back on, take the mask off, go out, don't go out. Oh, it's like a little flu going on, but it's not COVID, but it might be COVID. There's variants, and that fear, that anxiety is just adding on and on and on, and it sucks. It really sucks. But what I see coming out of this is, we found so many new ways to connect, especially through technology, and it's a beautiful thing. And I believe if something were like this to happen later on, we know now in our minds, okay, we've suffered, we've battled, and we've fought through one of these pandemics before. When one comes up again, if there is something that comes up again, we are going to be prepared, we are going to be ready. And I just truly believe that we are so much cleaner now. Everyone using hand sanitizer, everyone being more cautious about their hands. I mean, some people are still dirty. I see you at the bathroom. I'm just saying, it's kind of gross. But people are getting better, and people are more aware of their health. And that is what suffering teaches you. Human race, we had to take care of ourselves. We haven't been taking care of ourselves, especially with the way we eat, the way we exercise. And I truly believe that last year has shown us that individually and as a country, that we need to take care of ourselves. At the end of the day, after everything's gone, these clothes, my phone, my house, everything, I truly have my health and my mental well-being. That is what we need to take care of. That is what we need to prioritize. And that is what this year has taught us. This suffering has taught us, is that we need to take care of ourselves, not only for us, but for our families, our friends, and the world in a bigger scheme. And the quote I have for you guys today comes from Helen Keller, and she says, "Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through the experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved." Sweet. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here on my Friday Finish Lines. I hope you took away from my suffering quotes today and just my ideas about suffering and how you can use it in your benefit in your life. And if you are experiencing some suffering right now or have experienced suffering, comment down below and maybe someone can help you out. And I will try my best to help you out, because you're not alone. I feel like that's the number one thing, is you're not alone. You don't have to go through this suffering alone, and you should never forget that. And to always remember that someone has gone through what you are going through, and they are probably willing to help you. And it's okay, and it's going to be okay, because you are strong, and there's nothing in your life that you can't handle. And I truly believe that. You just have to believe it about yourself. And I appreciate you for watching on this journey of my life, and I'm just so happy that the world is feeling better, and we're all kind of banding together to do the right thing. There's always bad and there's always good to combat it, but I choose to focus on the good, because there is a lot of bad in this world. And with that being said, Join me next week on my Friday finish lines, and have a great weekend. Have a great next week, and I'm wishing you the best always. Thank you so much. All right.